Hiya Chrissy, I was wondering whether you could tell me a little bit about yourself first off.
Yeah, sure. My background is that I've been healing for about 30 years now, and I always put it down to the fact that I'm a Gemini, but I've been healing in parallel with doing an ordinary job for the last 30 years. So I've been an information scientist for the last 30 years as well, and I've been working in locally in Bristol, in universities and the NHS at a managerial level. And I've also been pursuing healing for 30 years. And currently I'm with the NFSH, the National Federation of Spiritual Healers, and I'll just read you out their definition of what spiritual healing is. So they say spiritual healing is the channeling of healing energies through the healer to the patient. So what we believe we do is we actually channel energy through us and into you. And then that way self-healing can occur. If you like, it's the analogy of when you cut your finger, you put a plaster on it, and then lo and behold you take the plaster off and the cut's healed. It's not the plaster that heals the wound, it's the body's own self-healing mechanisms. And so we believe as healers we're like plasters that actually hold and support you while your body does its own self-healing.
So does that make you a spiritualist?
No, that's a common misconception. Basically, most of the healers I know would say that we are spiritual rather than religious. Not many of us follow any particular faith. I do know a few people who are spiritualists, but by and large most of us aren't.
When you heal me, does that mean you're going to be able to cure me?
No, I think the word healing is a bad word for what we actually do as healers. It comes from an Anglo-Saxon word halen, which means to make whole. So what we would aim to do is to make you whole, to make your systems in your body more balanced, so that your own self-healing mechanisms can come into play better.
So in a session, what do you actually do?
What we would do is we would work over you different levels of your aura. We would work on the chakras to start with, do a chakra scan, and then work on the joints of your body to do the body scan. And then we would go into different levels of the aura to make sure that they were all balanced. What we do is we work on a physical level, or we can work on an emotional level, or a mental level, or a spiritual level, and that's why it's called spiritual healing, because of the different levels of the aura that we can work on. An aura is another word for the human energy field. We all have an energy field which extends right out to the end of my fingertips. We all have that field around us. If you like, it's like the ready break bubble. We all have one of those around us, protecting us from the outside world, supporting us, giving us structure. And what we do as healers, we work on the different levels of that to ensure your well-being, to balance anything that we find in there.
So it's a bit of an obscure question, but do you get tired healing all day?
No, we don't. We would say if you get tired, you're actually doing it wrong. I usually see 6-7 people a day, and because we're acting as channels for healing to come through us and into you, we act as channels. The energy doesn't come from us, it comes through us. So if anything, we feel better at the end of the day rather than tired.
So what are the benefits of healing?
Well, I just happen to have a little leaflet here with all the benefits that I can think of on it. It says that it complements orthodox treatment. It makes you feel relaxed, calm and safe. Results actually are very often felt immediately after a healing. People feel very relaxed, very, very good after a healing. Also, there are no serious side effects with it. And obviously you don't need to buy any medicines. The healing is an entire treatment in itself. We wouldn't take a huge medical history from you. If you have healing, recovery from anything that you've had, surgery, chemotherapy, radiotherapy for instance, is often much faster. It helps maintain balance, it enhances well-being, and last but not least, it connects with your inner calmness.
It can actually cover a lot of aspects.
It can,
so
yes.
talk me through a session then. What happens in a session?
Okay, what happens to start with is you would sit down with your healer. If you didn't know them, maybe that talking bit would last a little bit longer. But basically we would talk through what you wanted from the session, any particular concerns or worries that you had. Then we would go into the session. You'd either be asked to sit in a chair or lie on a couch. Just take your shoes, your coat off for comfort. That would all you'd be asked to take off. And then you'd either sit or lie there for probably about half an hour whilst the healer worked over your body. First of all doing what we would call a chakra scan and then a body scan. And they would just be touching you, if they did touch you at all, just on your joints as they went down one side and down the other.
So how many sessions would I need if I came to see you?
It's very much up to you. What I would say is maybe come to 2 or 3 to start with, see how you get on with the sessions, and then if you want to, maybe a course of 5-6 treatments might do it for you, or you might after that time want to decrease them.
Do you need a special gift then to be a healer?
I don't think so, no. I think everybody has the ability to be a healer. It's very much like a concert pianist. Everybody has the ability to be a concert pianist, but what I would say is, have you got the motivation? Do you want to do it? Have you got the discipline to do it? And maybe, yes, there's maybe a tiny bit of a gift, but I could train anyone to be a healer.
So why train to be a healer then?
Well, although it's a natural gift that we all have, I would very much encourage people to come along, improve their technique, improve their knowledge base, refine what they do, understand what they do a lot better.
You mentioned the organisation earlier on in the conversation. What was that organisation? Would you recommend that to me?
That was the NFSH, the National Federation of Spiritual Healers. I'd very strongly recommend them to you. We have a code of conduct which is thicker than a midwife, so we have very strict rules that we have to abide by to practice with them. Also, it's the oldest healing organisation in the country. We've been going for over 50 years, and we have more than 6,000 members. So it's big, it's got structure, it's got support there. We're also part of an overarching organisation called UK Healers, which basically is an amalgamation of about 40 healing organisations in the country, and they do things like lobby Parliament for us, set standards.
So, last off, Chrissy, thank you very much for everything you've said, but how do I get in touch with you?
Okay, well, I have a website, www.chrissyholmes.com.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.